Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kat and today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 different types of monthly calendars with different layouts, different themes, and also spice it up some ideas in here just so you can have more ideas and inspiration for your own bullet journal. So this video is going to be the first video of this year on a continuous series on my channel that I call the Bullet Journal 101, where I just made a bunch of videos related to bullet journaling and especially for beginners with different ideas, layouts, and information that you might want to need and that you should know if you want to start a bullet journal or if you just need some inspiration for your bullet journal if you are an expert already. I find these videos very inspirational and very useful when you don't really have ideas for, in this case, monthly calendars. So I'm going to start this series now on my channel this year and see if you guys enjoy it. So if you want more of these videos for like habit trackers, weekly spreads, mood trackers, any other useful spreads for a specific time of the year, let me know in the comments and I will do that next. So this video is going to be the first one this year and it's all about monthly calendars. So I have here some of my past bullet journals, and just a quick background about me. I have been doing bullet journals since 2017 and I filmed every single bullet journal setup since 2018, I believe. So yeah, I have a lot of videos on my channel about bullet journaling that I'm going to link, the ones that I'm going to show you here in the description below. But I'm going to also link all the playlists that I have on my channel where you can watch all of my bullet journal flip-throughs throughout the year, my monthly setups, my yearly setups, and I'm also going to link, obviously, the Bullet Journal 101 playlist where this video is going to be. So let's get started with the ideas for monthly calendars, and I'm going to do this in chronological order so you can also see my evolution in bullet journal. And don't feel bad if your spreads are not good or pretty or well detailed and well painted and don't have lots of doodles, because I was not like what I am now in my bullet journal journey when I started. So let's take these aside and let's get started. So let's get started with my journal for 2019, and the first monthly calendar that I want to show you is this one. This was for April and I did a vintage theme, and this was actually chosen by you guys. You guys chose my calendar layout, my expense tracker, everything that I did in this bullet journal was chosen from you. And this is the first calendar that I want to show you. It's really simple, really small, and you can't really write anything in it. So at this time in 2019, I used a color code for most of my things. So if I flip through here to my key, you can see the different colors that I have here and that they match with the colors in here. So I can see that I posted a bullet journal setup on the 20th. I was having Cambridge classes, I was having driving lessons. So, you know, I really like this layout and it's really simple and small if you just need a space to put on your different events and smaller tasks. I had a to-do list here at the bottom, so I didn't write anything in my calendar, and this is basically used for events and things that are going to happen that you already know and that you can just migrate the actual tasks into your weekly spread. As of 2024, I no longer use a color code in my bullet journal, but back in the day when I had a lot of things going on, it was really helpful, and that is something that I recommend if you are a beginner to bullet journal, to have a simple yet effective color code. This one is from 2020, and at this time the pandemic hit and I was trying a lot of different things, and this is the calendar that I did for September. And as you can see, it's a really big calendar. It occupies a page and a little bit of the other one, but again, it's not big enough to write anything in it, so I still used a color code in here. And I basically had my goals here, but all of my tasks and major events were again migrated into my weekly spreads. So I really liked using this calendar, and this theme was really pretty, and it's one of my favorite themes of this year because of the pastel colors, and this was inspired by some stamps by Notebook Therapy. But anyways, this calendar is really funky and fun and really interesting to look at because there's a lot of colors going on. It's a medium-sized calendar, but it feels kind of small because you can't really write in it. but I really like how it turned out, and it's one of my favorite layouts if I want a more interesting calendar, but I can play around with themes. And I actually did this layout multiple times in my bullet journals because it was so fun to use, and there's a lot of things that you can create with separated boxes. So if you're looking for a very funky and fun calendar to do, that it's a layout that is big enough, I really recommend this one because this one is one of my favorites. This also saves a little bit of brain power if you just want to fill up the page with something but you just don't know what. Instead of having the calendar with the squares all together and glued to one another, you can just separate them by a little square, and it makes the calendar a lot bigger even though it isn't. So I really like this layout. The next layout is for 2021, and this one is one of my favorite themes in my bullet journal so far. This was from May 2021, and this was inspired by a sticker sheet, actually a sticker flake that I saw from a young creator, and I just had to recreate it into a bullet journal theme, and I really miss that when I used to recreate themes. But I did this vertical one-line calendar, and I'm going to talk about this one in a second, but first I want to bring your attention to this. This was one of my less useful calendars, yet really good calendar if I don't need a boxed one like this one, but I still want to write my work hours and any events. This one is really good for that, and I feel like in busier months that I still want to have an overview of my events and appointments. This is the calendar that I go to. I no longer use a calendar in my bullet journal. I just use Google Calendar because it's way easier to use, but I still prefer this type of calendar because of his efficiency and because of how small and compact it is. So I highly recommend if you have like a travel size notebook or a traveler's notebook or just an A6 if it's really small, this is the calendar that I would probably use for one of those journals. And I actually did this but in format of my workout challenge and my workout log for 2023, and I really like to use it. But as you can see, I have another calendar here, and this one was mainly to just track my workout. And that's another thing with monthly calendars. I feel like you don't have to use monthly calendars just for your tasks and events. You can use them for everything, and in this case I used one for events and appointments and whatever was important for me to remember, and I used a boxed one to just track my workouts. So I really like having these two calendars together, even though they serve different purposes. This one is another calendar that, you know, it's really good to have. And at this time I was still having a color code, but I needed a separate calendar and a separate color code for my workouts. So that's exactly what I did, and I really like how those two work together. And here I used it for a workout challenge, but you can use it for, you know, your activities for the day, your goals. If you want to track your habits here, you can. It's really efficient, and I really like having these two together in this setup for May. Continuing in 2021, we have another one of my favorite themes for 2021. 2021, I was really inspired to do good themes, and this one is for November 2021. And for this theme, as you can see, we have another boxed medium-sized calendar, but I was still able to write things in it because I was actually not using this calendar for tasks and events. I was using it as a memory log, and that's another way that you can use monthly calendars, is by having the squares here with the days and just write things that happened every single day, like a gratitude or a memories log. I remember that for this theme, I just wanted to have a boxed, simple calendar to write all the events and things that happen throughout the month. As you can see, I'm not that good of sticking with these types of layouts and spreads because I just don't feel the need to write things here every single day. I don't check my bullet journal every single day, even though that's a bad habit. So of course that this was going to fall into pieces because I was not going to use this calendar as I should have. So this is just a great idea if you want to try something different, not for your events and tasks per se, but for memories and for gratitude. This is another calendar that I really recommend and that I like but it just doesn't work for me as well. So yeah, this is just to give you an idea of what I did and how it turned out, but I really like this layout and its purpose. And last but not least, we have 2022. And yes, I'm including some older spreads here just because I feel like the new ones are more personalized for me and more simplified. So I'm going to stick with these older versions. And this one is for April 2022, which was another theme that you chose because at the time I was doing the followers control my bullet journal for every single April of every year, even though now that doesn't happen. And I did this huge calendar for April and I was kind of sticking to it. And this is again another calendar that I used for memory logs. And even though it's really big, you have a lot of space. And in these calendars, even though I didn't do it here, the best way to use these types of calendars, because they are really big, is with stickers and little photos and washi tape. In this case, I just wrote what we were doing every single day. But now if I were to do a calendar like this, I would definitely add photos. And I actually did this for August 2023 and I really like how it turned out. It was like a mini memories log, and that's what I used this for, even though at the time I was not doing any stickers and photos and stuff. But this is a great way to include a minimal theme, and this time was plants, with the different elements, but still have a useful calendar. So that is all for my monthly calendars ideas video. Let me know in the comments what type of video you would like to see next, a habit tracker layout ideas or a weekly spread layout ideas. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Don't forget to check out my shop, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!